G'day, my name is Tony. Today we're going to see how to build a big medieval axe. So I'm currently traveling to France and I'm going to go to a medieval festival, and I brought everything from Australia. You can see the gears there. There's one thing, however, I couldn't bring is my big hammer because it was just too big for the suitcase. So my plan is, while I'm at my parents' place, there's a few bits of wood there and plenty of tools. So I'm going to try and make a very quick weapon, probably an axe because it's nice and easy to make. See what I can do. I only have 2 days here, and obviously I've got other things to do. But we'll give it a try. See if we can get up with some sort of weapon. So let's get cracking. So there's lots of leftover wood a little bit everywhere, and I found a good stick. That's probably an old broomstick or something, I'm not sure. It's got a rounded tip and flat at the top, but it's about the right length. And I found this piece of MDF, or plywood rather. So I'm thinking I might do some sort of axe like this with the shaft coming up here. The main trick here is, I think, how to attach the shaft to the head. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take this shaft and put this flush with it. There'll be a spike on the other side. And basically I'll hold on this with a little plate of sorts, not this one, but it'll be cut, to hold with a couple of screws on each side. And this as well on the other side. And that will give me a socket basically to put the shaft in. That means I'll be able to take it apart and bring it back to Australia, which is quite a good, quite a plus. So let's start with it. I need to get the right size, and then I need to mix this round thing, a flat thing, so it fits the same width as the head. And then we'll see where we're at, but that will be a good thing done. So I've now got all the bits that I need, the head, the back, and a couple plates of, this is just plywood. There'll be one at the top, and then this one will go at the back underneath. And all these four together will make a nice socket for the shaft that is here. I can't pull it out with one hand. There you go. So I've squared this to go inside the socket, and then when it's all done, I'll be able to just have a screw in the middle here to hold the shaft with the head, and I'll be able to take it apart and bring it back home. So now it's a question of creating the whole socket with glue and a couple screws through, and then we'll see if I need to readjust the shaft to fit the socket. So I've now attached all the bits of wood together, the two blades and the two covers, and they make a nice little socket for my shaft, which has been squared up. So it's a question of just putting it in there. Ooh, it's a bit stuck. It's a bit hard, but it'll go through. Then I'll put a screw through to hold it, and now I've got a full size axe. So it's just a question of sanding it, painting it, and putting some decoration on it, and we'll be done, and I'll have an axe. So the shaft is pretty boring as it is. It's just a broomstick really, and the color is just not right. So I'm going to use some wood tint that I found here, and try and give it a bit more color, a bit more depth, and make it a little bit interesting. And then we'll add some decorations to it to make it more interesting as well. I'm trying to make it look a little bit better, and I found some blue cloth that kind of matches the blue of the tabard, so that's quite good. And I've decided to wrap the shaft where it's going to be held, basically, with the blue cloth that I just glued with like PVA glue. And now I'm going to wrap this old rope that I found, and I'm going to wrap it nicely like that to make a grip, and all this will make it look a little bit better and a little less bland. And for this I'm going to use the glue gun. Oh, as soon as I found the stick. Let's see. So the shaft is pretty much done. It looks much better than it was before. Now it's just a question of reuniting it with head. The head's not finished, obviously, but whoop. I've also drilled a hole there that goes all the way through, and I can use a little peg now to lock the head into the shaft. I'll paint over all this, and now I've got a full-size axe. Now for the head. Painting, sanding, painting, sanding, painting, until it looks good. So I didn't get to do the video of the painting of when I painted the head, but basically I just put a coat of silver spray paint. I had to do it a couple of times because you could see all the grain of the wood, so I sanded lightly and then put another layer, sanded lightly, put another layer, and eventually it looks like something that's not too much like wood, and it looks all right. I've painted the heads black, and just because I like the mix of colors, and then I aged the blade a bit with just a dry brush and black acrylic paint, and just brush around, wipe a bit, brush around, just to give it a bit more like shading and stuff where it's going to be naturally dirty, so all the corners basically should be dirty. The blade can be quite clean, and attach together everything, and this is what it looks like. I've put this little rope bit that I had. It's just the same as this. I just put some around there that hides the screws a little bit, and yeah, basically a nice, good size, full size axe. So reasonably realistic. It is wood, so it's never going to be metal, but it's nice and light, and it's good when you have to carry it around for a whole day. Anyway, that's it for this build. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and otherwise I'll see you in the next one. Keep creating.